Hello everyone, welcome to Crystal Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, we'll be asking the cards about your future spouse and what they'll think of you, or their first impression. I do already have a first impression video, but this one will be focused on physical attraction as well as emotional attraction, so what they'll think of your personality and your features. I have 4 stacks for you all today. Starting over here, we have a rose, a ring, a lock, and lastly a key. So choose whichever stack or stacks call out to you. You can check the description box or the comment section for timestamps. I want to apologize for any background noise you might hear while I film this. With the first stack and the rose. Our first card is the 9 of Swords. Next we have the 5 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, the King of Feathers, Logic and Justice, and lastly we have Truth Be Told. So I want to start off with this card over here, this 9 of Swords. So we see this character in the center waking up from a nightmare. There's swords dangling above them or hovering above them. It seems like a really intense moment for them. And this card can represent bad memories, bad dreams, or bad omens, things that are negative, or things that we fear. But in this card, since we're seeing a progression leading up to Truth Be Told at the end, I would say that this card is representing the first thing that they thought of when they saw you. And it seems like there was a lot of negativity in the past. They were almost so caught up in the negativity, they couldn't get past it. And I see that too represented in this 5 of Cups card. But majority of their negative feelings came from either previous relationships or previous experience with other people. They had a lot of hardship in the past, a lot of heartbreak. They didn't really know when the right relationship would come along, and I think in a way it almost haunted them, sort of wondering when that good, true relationship would come along. And at sometimes I think they thought that it would never happen. So when this relationship does come along, I would say that their first thing that they think of when they look at you is, could this possibly be the answer to my prayers? Could this be the good dream that I've been waiting for? Can I finally let go of the past? But there's still something that is lingering there. It's keeping a little bit of a negative feeling. With this 5 of Cups card, we're seeing this misfortune. We're seeing these 3 cups spilled over, and this person completely ignores the 2 that are standing. So I would say when they first meet you, with that hesitancy that comes with the 9 of Swords, there's also almost a bad luck, sort of them thinking that this is not going to end well, that they don't think that you'll be interested in them, where they almost think like at the end of the day, or at the end of the first meeting, even if you're just having a conversation back and forth, they think that like something went over wrong. They said something that might have made you unlikely to want to continue a relationship or start a relationship with them. But I would say that that's not the case. It's just locked in their head from previous relationships. But we do see this 3 of Cups coming along, which is good communication. So I would say that even though that there's that negativity of that first like emotional response to you, I would say with your personality, they really seem to have had a wonderful time that first meeting, the first encounter between you two. They really feel like you're somebody great, that they love just spending time with you, and they will love spending time with you. And I think that's why these 2 first cards came up, where they're almost shocked that they met somebody that they really hit it off with immediately. When you 2 meet in person, when you 2 have a conversation face to face, you 2 will get along so well and be able to communicate with each other so well. It will surprise both of you. Neither one of you expected to have so much in common with somebody and really be able to open up so quickly. So I would say that their response to your personality, to who you are, really great. They really will adore your personality. They'll think that of all the people that they could have met, like, you are new level. There's nobody that can compare to you. And I think that that's something that really will stay in their head for the remainder of the relationship, and really what leads you into that marriage. When the King of Feathers comes along with Logic and Justice, it seems like it's a portrayal of both your personality and your looks. So overall, they'll see you as something really great, like something that that sets the bar higher than anything else. When they see you, they're really attracted to you. They really love the way that you present yourself to others. I see it more as you seem like the type of person that really knows how to hold your head high. You know how to walk with a lot of confidence. And even if you're not really one who is very confident, there's something about you that when people see you, they know you're very capable. They know that you are very strong. They know that you have your own opinions and you are not wavering. They know that you are able to do whatever you set your mind to. There's so much within this card that's representative of your personality. But at the same time, you're somebody who is strong, but you're also very loving. You want to protect the people that you're in relationships with, your friends, your family, everybody around you. You're very protective over, and they really, really like that personality. And they see it immediately when you two meet. They can automatically sense that you're really one to care about the people around you and really concentrate on that relationship that you have with others. When it comes to your appearance, though, I would say that it just is overall, like, they seem to be attracted to, like, your entirety. There's nothing about your physical appearance that they will not love. They just think, like, you're so amazing overall. Like, there's nothing that is wrong. But it's weird because I see this card here. We see the sun in these three cards here. Even though the sun is setting here, I would say that this is them moving past that negativity, allowing themselves to get over what is affecting them so that they can focus on this relationship with you. We once again see the sun rising here. We see like this brightness in the sun, and then the glorious sun that is behind this lion. I'm seeing that as representing you coming into their life and really like lighting their life up, really adding a brightness when everything used to be dark before. When it comes to this last card here, truth be told, we see all these hearts flying around, this window opening. And I would say at the end of that first encounter, that major culmination of that first impression is you are something brand new. You see the window opening, right? There's something that is great about being offered something that you haven't ever been offered before, something that is brand new, but also something you never knew you needed or you wanted. And this is really the way that they feel about you after you meet. That first impression is you're special. You're very special. There's something very unique about you. Something that they weren't looking for, but somehow found with you. They weren't really confident in themselves. They weren't really looking for a relationship. They didn't think that they would come across a permanent relationship. But you appear in front of them like glowing. Your brightness is unavoidable. You can't not see your brightness. So I'd say overall that this card right here, Truth Be Told, really summarizes this whole stack with you are something great to them. When they meet you, you will be forever ingrained in them. There's something so special about you. The physical attraction, they just think you're like amazing. Personality wise, it really does match perfectly. So that's what I'm seeing with this first stack and the rose. Starting with our second stack and the ring. Our first card is the Knight of Pentacles. Next we have the Five of Swords. Then the Two of Cups. The Four of Acorns, Comfort and Community. And lastly we have Round and Round. So it's interesting with this, well, the first two cards, the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, we have two sort of battling cards. We see the Knight here sort of going off to whatever war or battle he's in. And then we have the second card with this character stealing all these swords, and we sort of see the people in the background a little defeated. I would say here that these are representing two parts of your personality. I would say when they first meet you, they see sort of like the calm side, you know, the sweet side, the fun side, the goofy side, the side of you that is very approachable, and the side of you that really makes them want to have a conversation with you, want to know you, want to continue to know you. They want to stay by your side. They want to really like grow in a relationship. There's something that is sort of infectious about your personality. And I'm sure that a lot of people have told you in the past that you're really somebody that they feel comfortable around. You're not like intimidating, you're not scary, you're not anything that would make somebody not want to be near you. If anything, people probably gravitate toward you a lot. So when you're like out at a gathering, or even if you're online or at work, whatever it is, it seems like a lot of people go to you because they don't feel like you'll make them feel bad. You have this sort of like false front where you're very approachable, but when they meet you, they know instantly that this is the real great part about your personality, that you allow a lot of people in and around you very comfortably. But this is the strength that you have. This is the capability that you have. You're a very confident person. You know where you need to be. You know when you can do something. You don't back down. You set your mind to everything. And they see that immediately. They can see this fun-loving person, this person that's very inviting, but they can also see this strength that you have. And that is like what I mean by a false front. Like, you are both of these cards. You are that sort of goofy, fun, nice person, and you're also the one that knows when to be serious. And they really love that about you. And I see when you first meet, their first impression really heavily is on that personality, the way that you two sort of are able to talk about serious things and more jokey things. You know, like there's back and forth in these conversations where you feel like there's a variety of what you two can talk about. There's like never-ending conversations. When we come into this card here in the center, in the Two of Cups, we see almost like it's mirrored, right? The two cups are the same, the roses are the same. So it seems like here there's immediate, where your two personalities really match well, where I would say with this, it's like instant. They really truly start falling in love with you during that first meeting. There is something that, like, a light bulb turns on in their head. They see you, they have a really deep conversation with you, to where they don't really pay attention to anything else. There's something that really draws them in, where they know that this is something serious, that you are just like the only one that they'll ever be this compatible with. I would say with Four of Acorns coming in here with comfort and community, I would say this is more of a representation of their physical attraction to you. And it seems like it really doesn't matter to them what you look like. It doesn't matter whether you're skinny, short, tall, whatever. It does not matter to them, because you can have any appearance on earth, and purely based on your personality, they will think you are the most attractive person to ever walk the planet. They think there's something so gorgeous about you. And I really want to stress this card here, because we see comfort and community, where there's more than just a physical attraction, because you're providing them with something that they've never had before, and that is a home within a person. So it doesn't matter where they go, it doesn't matter what happens, as long as you're there by their side, they're at home, they're at peace, they're happy, there's a true joy that comes from being around you. So it does not matter what you look like. But I do want to say, we have this beautiful card, right? We look at this card and it's almost like there's flowers everywhere in this card. We see like it's blooming and glowing. So I would really say that they do find you incredibly attractive when you meet. But it's more like they feel like they really hit the jackpot on you, because not only do they find you physically attractive, they find your personality to be like exceptional. So everything about you is so complete, and it really ties into this final card of Round and Round, because they keep going back and forth. It's like your personality is great, your physical appearance is great, the way you interact with them is great, the way that you see things is great. It's like it's constant. There's always something to say about you, always another compliment to have, always something that they see that's new and really like reminds them of how special you are, but also makes them like fall in love with you over and over again. With this entire stack, I would say that your personality seems to be the real key to this relationship and its longevity, because I see it really acting as what really allows this relationship to progress the way it will progress in the future. I see a very smooth relationship. And even though this is more about that first impression, I would say that the marriage is going to be really beautiful. I see very few arguments, and if there are any, they're just like little ones that you can move past. I see a lot of agreements, a lot of deep, true understanding, and mostly with this stack, I see a lot of love. So I'd say with this stack, first impression, they love your personality. They think that like they will have conversations with you every day, all day, for the rest of their life. There's something fantastic about your personality. They think that you're physically attractive. They want to take you everywhere. They want everybody to see how special you are and what they found and how lucky they are that they found you. But most of all, I want to say that this relationship is going to be a very, very good, positive, strong relationship. And I would say that I don't see another relationship after this within this stack. This is like long-term. For the rest of your lives, this is like a true match going on here. And I really see it within this middle card here with the Two of Cups, as well as this Four of Acorns. Those two cards together really show me that this is a real good relationship here with this stack. So that's what I see here with the second stack and the ring. Starting with our third stack and the lock. Our first card is the Hanged Man. Then we have the Sun. Next is the Fool. The Shadow, Self-Empowerment and Ambition. And lastly, the Thinker. So it's really interesting to me. All these cards really tie in perfectly with each other. We're seeing the first card here with the Hanged Man. And I want to say that this person went into this first meeting, the first time that you two meet together, see each other in person. I think they go in expecting something else or wanting something else. And it's almost like in their mind they've created the ideal person. And when they meet you, they're like, well, this is not the person that I expected. This is not the person I wanted. But there's something that changes. There's something that tells them, no, give this person a chance. Hear this person, have a conversation with this person. And so they stay and they listen to you. And it's almost like immediately, the moment you have this conversation, the moment you start talking, there's something that changes. There's something that's like, wait a minute, this person is special. This person is more than I expected them to be. This person is more than what I wanted to begin with. And it keeps evolving and evolving and evolving until they completely change the way that they look at relationships. They've completely changed what they want in a relationship during that first meeting. And it leads into this card of the Sun. Now the Sun is probably the most positive card that you could ever get in a tarot deck. It is representing happiness, abundance, like good things coming your way, constant positivity here. And I would say going from this card of the Hanged Man into this card of the Sun, we're seeing that progression during that first meeting of their mindset changing, right? We're seeing them go from, I'm not interested in this, to this person might possibly be my soulmate. And I really want to lean toward that because it seems like this is completely unexpected for them, and something that's really happy. Like they're happy with this realization that you're not what they expected, but you're more than what they expected. There's something that really comes along within that first meeting. That first impression of you is you're amazing. There's some, and it's not like, I would say with this stack, you don't really have a real deep conversation the first time you meet. I would say it's just you two getting along, and there's something about like the way that you smile, the way that you look at them. There are little things about you that really make them incredibly interested in you. They almost like, I would say like they almost feel like a kid again when they're around you. And we see that again in an interesting way represented in the Fool, because we do see a chick that is jumping off the branch for the first time in hopes that they'll be able to fly and make it, survive. We see the child here on the horse. So I would say that with this relationship, you really make them feel a joy that they've never felt before, or that they haven't felt in a while. And that's really what makes them incredibly interested in you. They really want that feeling because they've never had that childlike joy, that almost innocent love, you know, something that is new to them, nothing that is tainted, or nothing that has a negativity to it. There's something that really makes them genuinely happy when they're with you. And it doesn't have to be really intense conversation. Like with the Fool, we're seeing this jump into something. They're interested. It's not like there's a lot going on. I don't really see it as like you two having real long intense conversations at the beginning. I see this like as a steady growth, but they're like in it. There's no backing down for them. Once you two meet, they are just wanting to know more about you, wanting to spend more time with you. They really are like, this is the relationship. They want to make sure that they don't make any mistakes, that they're not hesitating within this relationship. They want to fully dedicate themselves to you. And that's why we see the Fool here. They're jumping right in, even though there might be some mistakes, even though maybe some people are like, aren't you moving a little too fast? They're like, no, I know what I'm doing. This is something that I need to dedicate myself to. It's interesting because we see the Shadow coming along with self-empowerment. And that's what I'm saying, like all these cards are connected in a very interesting way. We see self-empowerment with them changing the way that they look at life, changing the way that they look at relationships, changing just their overall way of like communicating with people. They see you there, and it gives them the strength to progress in this relationship without any hesitation. And I see it with you because I would say that it's not like you come across as a really intimidating person, but there's something that is sort of calmly confident about you. There's something that is subtly strong about you. There's something about you that you don't need to yell, you don't need to raise your voice, you don't need to do anything that's really intense. You just speak and people know that you aren't going to change your opinion. You just sit there and you sound educated. You sound like you know what you're talking about. There's something very unique about the way that you don't need to change your energy level. You don't need to be angry or mean. You just talk, and it seems like people listen to you. People really look to you, and they see that, and they're really sort of like in a trance when they meet you. There's something that keeps drawing them in, and drawing them in. And I think the most important card here with this whole stack is here with the Thinker at the end. And when it comes to the Thinker, we see a real beautiful character here. We see this fairy sitting there just thinking, right? And that is the way that they see you. They see you as beautiful, incredible, handsome, gorgeous. They see you as this incredibly attractive person who has amazing thoughts. They love your brain. They love your way of thinking about things. And you don't have to be like incredibly educated. What they love about you is your ability to think, your ability to decide for yourself. They love that about you, and that's why they're really interested in you. You don't have to like go off the path and like make a name for yourself. You stay stern and you follow the path that you want to without anybody sort of distracting you or telling you could go off in a different direction. And I would say when it comes to their physical attraction toward you, they see it as somebody who is sort of like delicate, or something that seems like otherworldly. I would say like whether you're like super masculine, super feminine, whatever it is, there's something that is very, very magical about you. Something that it's like you, like they'd be afraid to break you. There's something very unlike normal, you know. There's something that they see in you that's almost like a character out of a magical book, you know, like something that doesn't seem like they'd find it out in the world, almost like a unicorn, you know, something that's just so beautiful that it can't exist. So that's what I would say with this deck. Overall, there's something that really grabs them with your personality. There's something really amazing that like gets them so interested in you. And then physical attraction, they just think you're like super gorgeous. But I would say overall with this stack, it seems like a very, very good first impression. So that was the third stack and the lock. Starting with our last stack and the key. Our first card is the Queen of Cups. Next we have the Page of Swords, the Father of Wands, the Two of Crystals, balance and adaptability, and lastly, higher power. So with this deck, I think it'll be easier to just read all the cards together at once. And I say that because it seems like each card is sort of impacting each other while representing individual aspects of their first impression. With this first card here, we're seeing the way that you appear to them. And I would say that all these following cards are all aspects of your personality. With this first card here and the Queen of Cups, we see this very calm person. This is a queen, so of course they're in charge. They have a lot of control. And this is an Alice in Wonderland based tarot deck. So we know that the queens had a lot of control within that book and the stories, right? So within this card, we're not seeing anybody who's really above this person. The person is very confident, very controlled. They know who they are. And that is what they see. They see you very capable, very in control of everything. You have so many ideas. You have so many like plans, but there's nothing about you that is intimidating. Nothing about you that makes them feel uncomfortable. There's something that's very approachable, even though you might be in charge, right? Even though there's something that is sort of boss-like about you, I would say. There's still something that makes you the kind of person that they want to be around. When it comes to these other four cards, and we're seeing like mostly personality here, I would say when it comes to your physical appearance, since like overall, I would say it seems like your physical appearance is very representative of your personality. You show your confidence on you. The way you dress, the way you present yourself, the way you walk to even like the store. You know, these are things where people know who you are and know what kind of person you are purely based on the way you present yourself. And I would say within this deck, it seems like you've worked a lot on yourself. You've dedicated a lot of your time to try and figure out who you are and sort of like become the best version of you for yourself and not for anybody else. There's no other impact on why you've really tried to find what makes you happy and what makes you. There's no people, there's no outsiders here. This is something, a journey you've went through to make yourself happy. And I see that really being apparent to this person. They can tell that you're confident on your own and nobody else is going to come in and tell you anything. You have this great appearance about you. They love the way that you hold yourself, the way that you present yourself to others. They love the way that you're confident, but you're not intense. They can still approach you, have a good conversation with you, but they know that you're capable, especially with this Fall of Wands card coming in. We see the snake here, which is intense, but at the same time, it's sort of just sitting there, right? We're not seeing it move. We're not seeing that intensity. We know what it's capable of, but we know that if we don't anger it, nothing bad will happen. So they're seeing these different aspects, and then they see you with balance and adaptability in the Two of Crystals card. They see that you really know what you're doing. You know how to balance work and relationships, school and life. They can really see that you're a hard worker. You know what to do, and you try very hard to do everything. I would say that you aren't the type of person who wants things handed to them. You want to work hard, and you do work hard. With the higher power card coming in, what's interesting is I see this as being something that really ties you two together when it comes to this first impression, this first meeting. They want somebody who has the same beliefs as them. And I would say with this stack, because we're seeing all these different characters, I would say that you don't seem like the super religious type, but you do have your own way of believing, and you're very proud of that way of believing. And I would say that they have the same mentality. They are not going to be super heavily religious, but they do have their own way. And I think the way that you two are compatible with your belief in a higher power really brings you two together. There's something very good about having this card here. It's showing that there's more than just like you two walking into each other that brings you together. It's fate that's going to bring you together. It's a higher power that's going to bring you together. And I see that being a good key to this relationship. And they know it when they first meet you, and that's why it's here within this first impression stack. They can see that you're the type of person that really relies on the universe, relies on a higher power to help guide you into making good decisions, but at the same time, your capableness is the part of you that knows what to do. They love that balance between letting like the universe decide, but also following what you feel to be right. When it comes to like overall this entire stack read together, I would say when they see you, there's something that like grabs their eye. There's something that makes them turn to you. So I would say that this could be somebody that is around you that you might not have noticed yet. But they see you, and I would say that they don't directly talk to you. They just want to sort of get to know you from afar. Then they start seeing what kind of person you are, how you interact with others, how kind you are, how, like I said several times, approachable. You're very approachable. Then they see the way that you're confident, the way that you hold yourself, and all that you've done, all your accomplishments. There's so many things that are just like you're very proud of. And that the way that you can control your personality, the way that you react to others. And I would say too, it seems like you're the type of person that wants to hear others, and you want to hear other people's opinions. It doesn't mean that you'll change your own opinion, but you want to hear others, and you're not the type of person that will insult somebody else based on your opinion. You are genuinely interested in knowing how other people think. So when it comes to their first impression, I would say physical attraction, they really just love your overall appearance, the way that you hold yourself. They're instantly attracted based on that. Personality-wise, they love the way that you think, the way that you interact with people, the way that you control yourself, the way that you just present yourself to them. There's something that is so confident and proud, but not in an arrogant way about you, that they really love. So that's what I'm seeing with this final stack and the key. Those are all the stacks that I have for you all today. I hope that you found at least one of these stacks able to resonate with you. If they're unable to resonate with you, I hope that you'll be able to find a stack that does come closer to resonating with you. I apologize for my hand. I did get bit a few times by a mosquito, so that is why my hand is red. I hope you all are doing safe and staying healthy. If there is a question you would like asked in a future pick a card video, feel free to leave it in the comments section. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye.